Hello? Is it working? Can everybody hear me? Hopefully. I got a new webcam, so that like this one it can actually autofocus. Okay, I'm seeing lots of highs, so I'm assuming it's working. Ooh, shit. I knocked something over. Hi everybody. Oh good, you can see and hear me. Sweet. Okay. My air conditioner is like on the fritz right now. Like it's still cooling, but it's being really loud. So it'll probably come on. I have like noise cancellation that hopefully will make it work if it comes on. But so if I sound a little weird, that might be why. But I don't know. It's Arizona, it's hot. Like I'm not gonna not have the air conditioning on. But because of that I do have to like I got a hard out at 6. But it should be fun. Sorry. Hello everybody. I'm good. The air conditioning is still working, so I'm good. All right, cool. Well, because I gotta go at 6, which I guess for like time zone purposes is 2.5 hours. And last time I utterly failed at, doing these in a timely manner at all. I should probably like get started because we can talk while we paint. Why am I wearing a long sleeve shirt? Because I'm inside. Because my air conditioning is working for the time being. Okay, so I actually have something special for today's painting stream. I know I had the little ones and everything from before, but knowing that people, that we were going to be doing this, I figured that I should buy something a little more fancy. So I got my headphone unplugged. So this way I can hear it if anybody donates anything, because last time I couldn't and I almost missed something. I felt bad. He's a dragon. Which, like, I guess I can show it into this one, but it probably won't look as good. Dragon! So, I figured we could paint that. And that would be fun. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it. This is the part where I realized I did not have a knife. That's alright, I got my keys. Okay. So when I get them out, we can kind of like look at it better. Fortunately, it's really tall, so hold on. Joy. There we go. Now, like, it won't be shiny. Oh, wow, this camera's nice. Okay, so technically, according to the box, this is a gargantuan white dragon, but I don't know if I want to paint it white. It had a really cool stance compared to some of the other ones. So, yeah. I figure we could paint him, her, they. I shouldn't assume. We can paint him whatever we want. It doesn't have to be white. So hold on, let me get it out of the thing. Does it not have a stand? Oh. That's a choice. Okay. Oh, it has a stand. It has a stand. I'm just kidding. I was wrong. Okay, good. Hold on. How do I open this? Unboxing video that no one wanted or asked for. This is like that old like kid shit. It's close to white meta. It's technically gray because of the primer on it. Happy Pride. Oh yeah, Happy Pride. Happy Pride. It's almost over. Okay. Dragon is free. Oh, Audrey, thank you. I'm dying to know what made you decide to have Vincent from New Mexico. Thanks for giving the 505 some love. Rad content, great podcast. Thank you, Audrey. I decided to make Vincent from New Mexico because for like the I'm from hell joke thing to work, I figured like, oh, he should be from someplace hot. and I didn't want to go with like Arizona because I'm from there, and so New Mexico just seemed fitting because New Mexico seems very hot. Okay. Damn, I want to paint the wooden rainbow. Okay, so we got the drag. Where's the sticko? Oh, like in his tail. Okay. Well, I probably won't have it on the stand while painting it because like then I'm gonna get paint all over the stand. Okay. So I don't need that stand right now. So what color do we want to paint him? I appreciate the sentiment of rainbow, but that seems really hard. Yeah, he just wants a hug. I kind of want to use one of like the metallic ones. Because I've got like a lot of metallic paints. So let me see. Okay, so like let's take a look at what metallics we got. He can chill out over here for a moment. So we got metallic purple. It's the same ones as last time for the most part. Metallic blue. We have a variety of golds. We've got that's also gold. We got lots of golds. We got copper. We got also copper. We got bronze. Oh, Ida Johnson, love your content. Thank you. We got chocolate brown. We got antique copper. Okay, so oh my god, I have like duplicates. Sorry about it. We have metallic black, metallic red. We got ice blue. We got pearl white. Here we go. We've got silver, and we've got green, basically. So what are we thinking? Copper and bronze, red and gold, purple. We got a lot of purple. Deep purple, deep blue, some highlights, and copper and some gold. Blue. Lots of options. Oh, jeez. That's a lot. It's a lot of very good ideas. I'm just like, there's not much consensus here. I am seeing a lot of blue. So like I think blue should at least be part of the factor. So like let's go with that. We're gonna go with blue as at least part of it. So what goes with the blue? We need a poll, honestly, it's true. Blue with gold, blue with silver, ice blue, blue and purple. Well, I think we'll do the body in blue. And then hi Hedril. Hedril says white, ice blue. Alright, well let's do the body in the blue metallic, and then we'll kind of figure it out from there. How about that? I'm seeing a lot of silver, so maybe silver, but we'll see. Let's start with the blue. We gotta get started. I don't want to like take forever and not actually like paint the damn thing. So I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna see if I can paint it with just the metallic, but if that's not enough, then we might have to do like a blue base coat and then put the metallic on top. So we're gonna try that out. Okay, so if we're doing his body, then we're probably gonna need to be working on the back first. I have this thingy, but he's so big. I don't know how well this will hold. Well, I guess I could have it hold his tail. Sorry, hold on. Oh, that helps him stand. That'll do. That'll do for the moment. Okay, so we're gonna start with his like back and his hindquarters. Let's try this blue metallic, and hopefully it'll work. What are we gonna name the dragon? I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like with like a dog, where you know, or just a pet, I guess, where it's like sometimes like you have a plan for their name, and then like once you actually like meet the dog, then you're like, oh, it's a different name. So maybe like he needs to be done before we name him. I don't know. Hindquarters, yeah. Okay, let's see if this works first and foremost. Is this like, oh, okay. All right, we got good coverage. Okay, cool. I don't think we have to do a base coat then. Starting with the butt. Yes. Oh, there we go. Let's see. What else are we? Oh, shit. All right. Let me see. This. So the only downside of this is that he's very big, which is cool because then like the end result will be impactful, but also it means it's gonna take a while. So hopefully not too long. I think I'm not gonna worry about like it. I think maybe we'll do like this like spinal ridge in a different color. That could be cool. But for now, if I get some on it, I'm not gonna worry about it because like that'll be a second coat. But I think if we did that in a contrast, maybe that'll be a way that we can get some more colors in here. Maybe that could be the purple. I saw a lot of people wanting purple, so maybe that would do it. How is this coverage? It's doing okay. All right. Ding, 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 ding. I'm seeing Knox. That's a cool name. Although wouldn't he be black if it was Knox? Well, Jay, $10. Hey, just want to say thank you for uploading. I really love your content. Thank you, Jay. That's very kind of you. I have actually painted one of these before, not this exact model of dragon, but I have painted one of these dragons before, and that was actually for Odie back in the day. For those of you who may not know, Odie is Oedipus Rex. He's my friend who he streams on Twitch, and I'm on his streams a lot. We stream together and everything, but he is really into D&D. So a couple years ago for his birthday, I painted him a red metallic dragon, which was fun. I'm assuming he still has it. I don't actually know. Oh, sounds like you guys are deciding that Nox is the name. It's a cool name. I like it. Oh, thank you, Vampire Women. The audio is far louder. Sorry, Meta. This is a cool blue. I don't think I've ever actually painted anything with this like blue metallic. So like I went through a phase where I was like, oh, I want to do like, as soon as I like, we got Odie and I were playing D&D back in the day, and I very quickly figured out that I enjoy painting minis. So I was like, okay. Oh, JPEG donated 420. Classic meme. Thank you for doing these. Thank you for doing these just after I got paid for the content too. Thank you, JPEG. Oh, and Jules, thank you. What is your dream figure? I've been hunting down an adult red dragon for years. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like, I'd like all the dragon models. Not all. I really like dragon models because they're really cool, and because like you can use like metallics and stuff a lot because it like gives like the scale, so like they can be like really visually impactful. So probably a really cool dragon. But yeah, so when I had first started painting some minis for like our campaign and stuff that we were doing, I went to the store and I needed like silver or something because you know, I was gonna have to do like paint weapons and stuff, and then I realized that they had an entire line of metallics, so I bought like every color just because I wanted to have fun with that. But I haven't used like almost any of them, so I think this is the first time I've used the blue. So it looks really cool though. Oh, Hedril Wordsmith, thank you for the $5. Lost my character last night. Pull the chat for new character ideas. Sure. I'm sorry you lost your character. Okay, guys, what do we think Hedril's new character should be? Hedril makes very good D&D themed audios, if that's your vibe, and you should definitely check him out because he makes really, really cool stuff. Now mask can maybe have a black underbelly. Oh, maybe. Okay. I'm actually really happy with like how this paint is going on. It's like, it has really good coverage, which I'm shocked at. Some of these colors don't, like, I guess it shouldn't surprise me, but like the white doesn't. Aw, Chappers, thank you. You should do a painting stream with Odie, the chaos. I have joked that at some point we should do a stream where Odie is painting, Odie and I like paint the same figure at the same time. Odie is very good at D&D and he's a very good DM. He's very creative in that regard, but I just don't think that like painting is something he really enjoys. And so the ones he's painted came out, they were okay. They were okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. So that would be really funny if we painted together. But let's see. Does it cost a lot to have this hobby? I don't think D&D has to cost a lot. And also, for what it's worth, I thought this mini like was gonna be a lot smaller considering how much it was. I think it was like $20, and like this is a pretty big, nice, detailed mini for $20. I think. So, I don't know. Yeah, D&D doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, like, I think, you know, you kind of have to get like the first like 3 core books or whatever. But I'm sure you could also find a lot of that online. And then, you know, it's kind of as expensive as you want to make it, you know. But let's see. Would dragons ever be a part of my magic world? I don't have any plans for that, but who knows? I'm usually a never say never kind of guy when it comes to stuff showing up in my stories. So yeah, I'm not gonna say never, but I don't really have any plans to right now. With my world as it stands at this moment, like I haven't really leaned in at all to the idea of like magical creatures, like magical like non-humanoid creatures, you know. So I'm not saying it won't happen. It's just not something I have explored yet. We'll put it that way. Okay. Is that the bottom? Okay, so like the tail like twists. So I'm trying to make sure I don't paint like, I mean like I'll just paint over it, but I'm trying to make sure I don't paint the underbelly part, because that should be a different, whatever undercolor we're gonna say. Okay. Kind of sucks because like I have to go like around the mount, but I don't care if I get paint on it. We're just gonna paint around it. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Okay. I wanted to get into D&D ones for the player. Oh, okay. Never mind. Not gonna read that. Treats me like a dad figure. Not a good idea. Jules, thank you. Do you have any funny or crazy D&D stories? Do I have any funny or crazy D&D stories? I'm trying to think offhand. There's just been some like ridiculous things that I've done when playing with Odie and my other friend Brandon. I don't know if it's anything that like is really funny out of context of like the story though. There's just been like there was this weird running joke where Odie had us being like hunted, basically, like not exactly, but like being almost stalked by like these like group of gnomes. And like his way of like telling us that they were like getting close to us again was that he was like, in the distance you hear like pitter patter, and it was bizarre, and it would just like, and you know, it would freak us out. And then like I don't think anything ever even came of it. Like I don't think we ever even like actually resolved that plot line at all. We were just being like hunted by gnomes, and then nothing came of it. It was odd. Oh god, I'm getting paint in places. Hold on, let me spin him around. I think I'm keeping him a little more centered this time. Because last time I was not good at that. Oh, hold on, I gotta turn him like that though. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We're doing pretty good. This is going pretty fast. I'm happy with this. Like I said, like I'm very pleasantly surprised with the coverage. We'll put it that way. For a metallic, like I've had issues with some of the metallics. Although I guess like with the pigment, it can be thicker. Like last time when I was trying to paint that, when we were painting the girl boss, the girl boss art. Oh, Arissa, no! God damn it! Thank you, Arissa. Bills are paid. Time to meme and fund your bonkles and minis. Thank you for the $69. God damn it, Arissa. Ugh. You're bad. You know what? Alright, here we go, Arissa. If you are gonna donate me money, then I am going to give you unrestrained praise because I know you hate it. So, if all of you don't know, Arissa is one of my mods on my Discord, Redacted Records, and Arissa is a very wonderful person who has been incredibly helpful before she was a mod, before she was an assistant, when she was an assistant, now that she's a mod. She's incredibly helpful, and I appreciate her very, very much. And you should all send her lots of love because she is wonderful. Also 69. I'm dreading my first VA gig. Any advice? I guess my main advice, Danny, would just be that you just gotta try it. Try not to stress, which as a person with anxiety, I understand that doesn't help much, but try not to stress the little details of, making sure like you have like the perfect setup. Like don't worry about making sure that you have like the perfect mic, the perfect, thumbnails, all that stuff, because you can get lost in those details and never actually like start it. So with whatever setup you've got, even if it's literally just like recording on your phone with like a voice note or whatever, just give it a try, just to see if it's something that you really do enjoy, and then let that sort of inform your choices going forward of if you choose to try getting a better mic or whatever. But like don't sweat the setup, because that's not what it's about. It's about just enjoying it. So yeah. Is Arissa mad? Do not perceive. You have been perceived, Arissa. You don't have enough money for chicken nuggets. Yeah. I'm not... Okay, here's a controversial opinion. I don't really like chicken nuggets. They're fine. Oh, crap. I gotta make you a mod, Arissa. Hold on. Why is the option not coming up? Okay, hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. Where is Arissa? Add moderator. Okay, there you go. Arissa, you should be mod now. We should be good. If you're not, though, let me know. Oh, no. Don't make that full size. Fuck. Here we go. Jones, what? No, why? Oh my gosh. Jones, $75. It's hard to find enough words to properly praise all the new videos you've made, but wonderful, wonderful work. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's very sweet of you. I've actually been really happy with the videos I put out lately too. Not that I'm not happy with like all of my videos, but I think the latest ones I've been really proud of them. So I'm glad that they've been good for you too. Oh shit, Joe, 1790. First of all, thank you for streaming right now, and second of all, thank you for your audios. You really have a talent for creating awesome content. Thank you, Joe. That's very kind of you. Oh, am I getting canceled now for not liking nuggets? Yeah, I prefer wings. Like chicken nuggets are fine, but I mean, like I would never order them. Like I mean, like chicken tenders are different. I mean, they're not different, but like if we're talking like fast food, like chicken nuggets are not like my vibe. Oh, Eris, thank you. Have fun, boss. You need more paint. Thank you, Eris. You guys should also check out Eris's channel. If you haven't, for whatever reason, she is very, very talented VA. And she is a wonderful mod and a very good friend of mine. So you should definitely check her out as well. Love your stories. I've caused a frenzy with the chicken nuggets. I didn't mean to, but I stand by what I said. I said what I said. But what's my favorite fast food? So sad story. Well, not really sad, but I discussed on my podcast with Odie recently. I have figured out that I am gluten intolerant, which is unfortunate as someone who loves pizza and anything breaded. So that's something I'm having to like work around. So a lot of the fast food that I love is now like not as much of an option, needs to, or at least needs to be modified and everything. Because like I loved Cane's and stuff, like the bread and the chicken, all that. Like that was one of my favorites, and that's just not really like available anymore. But I do still, it's still very good. I still stand by it. Yeah. But I mean, like, probably my favorite fast food, honestly, is probably maybe McDonald's. I don't know. Like, I know it's basic, but like a double quarter pounder, and like even if you like take that and then like lettuce wrap it, or Carl's Jr. I like Carl's Jr. a lot too, and they'll actually lettuce wrap it for you. It's really good. So yeah, I'm getting a craft kit that lets me make 3 characters. It gives me one, but I know I got any ideas, please. I don't know. Ideas for. Let's me hold on. I'm a little hot. Let me. Can you guys hear that fan? Is that distracting? Hopefully not, because like I'm a little hot and that helps. Oh, I'm sorry, Dawn. Culver's a technical. Culver's is good. I just had Culver's the other day. Went vegetarian at 4 years old. Oh wow, that's crazy, Chloe. 26 years vegetarian. I was keto for a while, and now I'm almost at a point where I'm like, well, shit, if I'm gluten free, like maybe I should just go keto again. Because like I felt really good when I was on it. It was a little hard to stick to at first, but then like once I kind of got in the rhythm, I stayed on it for a couple months, and I felt really good on it. So I might just kind of go back to that now that it's like, well, some of the biggest, things that wouldn't work for wouldn't work for being gluten-free. I'm like, oh, if I can't have them anyway, like, what the hell? Why not go keto? Oh, shit. Origine, $10. Hey, hi, hello, good to see you. Also, your opinions on chicken nuggets, jelly donuts, and gushers are 100% valid. Thank you. I feel seen. I feel known. I feel validated. Oh, shit, and Lexi, thank you. Hi, wondering if you relate to any of your characters, or if that's a stupid question or you've been asked a million times before. I have been asked it a lot, but it's not a stupid question. Who do I relate to most? I mean, I guess I relate to like my human characters most in the sense that they're human. Like Ollie is very much like me, so there's there's a lot of similarities there that I relate to, but there are parts of like, a lot of the characters that I relate to or that, that I want to see in myself kind of thing, there's a lot of good traits about them. Like, they're, like Asher's, being very, playful and open and like not stressing stuff out and everything. That's, I'd like to think that in my best moments I'm kind of like that when I'm not letting my anxiety get the best of me. So like that's definitely something that like I try to, I would like to see more of in myself, which it definitely has. My anxiety's gotten much better over the years, luckily. Well, not luckily, it took work, but it didn't just magically happen. But yeah, so let's see. Mhm. The phrase "that's Gusher's baby" haunts my nightmares. You're welcome, JPEG. for those of for those of you who don't know, I me and Odie have a podcast, which is literally just us fucking around for like an hour at a time, just talking about whatever. And we somehow ended up talking about gushers, and the curse phrase "that's Gush's baby" came out of my mouth, and it is now haunting JPEG apparently, which is fun. Your story should be on Netflix. Thank you. That's very sweet. I know Culver's is a restaurant, but what do they have there? Like here in Arizona? Oh no, what do they have at Culver's? It's like burgers. They call them butter burgers and frozen custard. It's very good. Alright, we're getting to the part where we're gonna have to start getting more creative about how he's gonna stay up. Unfortunately. It's the Joker, baby. What is your favorite D&D class to play, and is there a race or class you want to play that you haven't yet? I should preface this by saying that while I enjoy D&D, and I especially like all the things tangential to it, like painting minis and stuff, I actually I've only really played 2 characters. Played quite a bit with them, but only actually played like 2 characters. And it 3 technically, but for like any length of time I only really played 2 characters. One of them was I say it wrong every time, Genasi. Is it Genasi? Oh shit, Chatham! I have money now, so I can and will donate. Also, while the question you said wasn't on my permit test, it was still very nice of you, so thank you. You're welcome. I hope your test went well, and thank you for the $5. The first character I ever played was a half-elf wizard. Yep. Named whatever like the base name it came with was Emerald, I think. And so I played him for a while. Oh, good. We got Cap here. Set me straight. I'm saying Genasi, right? Wait, is that how I said it last time? Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna go with Genasi. Anyway, so the first one was like a wizard, a half-elf wizard named Emerald. And that one was fun. That was my first ever campaign. It was just like the basic one that the beginner's guide or whatever comes with. And I was playing that with Odie, although he was not DMing it. Another friend of ours at the time was doing it. Genasi. Okay, cool. So then my second character, the one that I played far more, and that was actually more of a character that got me into D&D really, was oh shit, hold on. Chaotic Pain. Just wanted to say I love your content and thank you for making it. Also, thank you for the stream. It's been my awful day, but I've had better. Well, thank you, and I'm glad it could help some. I'm sorry that you had a bad day. Yes, Emerald, bam! But spelled differently, but I liked it because of that meme. Well, it's not a meme. I used to watch that show when I was younger with my grandma. Oh, hey, Sal. So yeah, the second character that I actually played a lot of was a water genasi druid named Valeris Stormwind, and I used him for a long time. That was the game that Odie was DMing. It was me and our other friend Brandon, who's been on his stream sometimes. We were playing, and it was a lot of fun. And I liked, painting all the minis for it and everything. But as I had said, I should clarify that while I enjoy D&D a lot as a concept, probably my favorite part of it is everything around it. So I love painting the minis, character creation and all that. That's all fun and everything. And then when it actually comes time to sit down and play, I'm like, can I just go paint some more minis? So it can be a lot of fun. But I don't know. I'm just one of those people where it's I kind of like doing all like the prep stuff more than the actual, playing it, I guess. I don't know if that's weird, but hold on. Have I watched Stranger Things? It talks a bit about D&D. No, I actually haven't watched Stranger Things. In general, if you ask me have I watched something and it was made after like 1990, yeah, like 1990, probably no, because like I only watched like old stuff when I was a kid. So like stuff from well before I was born, and then like I don't know, I've just never really been big into like TV or anything. So probably not as a general rule. Lightly sprinkling a few different colors onto the blue. Maybe we'll get the blue done first, and then maybe we'll jazz it up a little bit. Are we gonna get a vid of Milo gaming? It could happen. We've got 2/3 of the wolf pack, so maybe I think it would be fun because Milo would definitely get mad, and that would be fun to be angry Milo. Oh, hi Ryan. Ironically, I have a D&D campaign to run in a few minutes. I hope you have fun with D&D. Milo is underrated there, I said it. Speak your truth, Mia. I can see Milo playing Stardew Valley. Oh my gosh. I've only played Stardew Valley like once, really. Oh, Jones. Jones Calypso. Eric, how do dreamwalkers get paid for dreamscaping? Is it a freelance kind of deal where they get individual clients, or is it through an agency? That is a good question. I don't know that I have a good answer yet. I haven't figured that one out completely. I would imagine, and this is subject to change, but I would imagine that it's kind of like you get set up with some sort of agency that then like hooks you up with clients, kind of a thing. That's how I would imagine it. But as I said, I reserve the right to change that if it becomes plot relevant. Please tell me Milo would be the one to play Dragon Age Inquisition, and tell me he'd romance Bull. Of course he would romance Iron Bull. You are absolutely correct with that, Arissa. Oh my god. Another one that I think would be funny. I think it would be funny if Milo played like a scary game and like it scared the shit out of him and he got really mad at being scared about it. I think that would be fun. So maybe I'd use Milo as an excuse to play Prey again. That could be fun. Just because it has some good jump scares. Oh shit, I was kind of off camera. You guys didn't tell me I was off camera. Odie can play little kid mad urchin Milo. I don't know why Odie thinks that Milo is a young street urchin now. But why you always gotta stream when it's midnight for me? I have to be up at 5. I'm sorry. I will try to stream at other times, potentially over time. Shit, JPEG, why? 16 of those. Arissa told me to do this, so please lay more praise on her. Oh my god. Well, thank you, JPEG. And, oh my gosh, lay more praise on Arissa. Arissa is wonderful and great. And also, you are also great, JPEG. Thank you. You both are crazy. Arissa's fan. Fuck no. Oh my god. Alright. Am I in? Yeah, I'm mostly in frame. There we go. I like this blue. It's coming out real nice. Very pretty. See Damien and David talking. The problem with Damien and David talking is that they have fairly similar voices. I know that some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for like, like the crossover of the century and everything, which I appreciate the faith that you all have in me in that regard. That's very kind of you. But I remind you that some of these characters have very similar voices. And some combinations would be pretty damn hard to tell the difference. Not all the voices are super distinct. Like, I try to put different like intonation and everything into them, but some of them are not exactly super different, which I think is fine. But then if you put them in the same audio, it might get a little confusing. So there definitely are like crossovers and stuff we've already done, and that more, you know, on the way. It's just some people are like, I want to hear every video, like every person in one audio, and I'm like, how would you really tell the difference between some of them? Are you going to link Sam's listener to any of the Wolf Boys? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, is the chat not showing up? Hold on. There we go. Oh, well, maybe that's worse. I don't know. Do you guys want the chat or not? I don't know. It's kind of covering some stuff. You tell me if it's good or if you would like it gone. Or moved. I could always move it. Eat the paintbrush. Just chew on it a little bit. Whatever you want, bestie. Well, it would be for you guys, because like I'm looking at the chat elsewhere, so it's up to you. I don't know if you guys look there for the chat, so being confused during the cost fight, yeah, it can. There are blessings and curses to the audio medium. We'll put it that way. Don't mind. Okay, then so far the consensus sounds like we're good with it, so I'll go ahead and leave it. Oh wait, no, someone said no, chat, please. I don't know, guys. Some of these spots are getting hard to get to. Have I ever done diamond art? Not familiar with that. Oh, what is that? Following. Oh, on Twitch? Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the thing. Video chat is always delayed compared to reading the chat itself, so I ignore it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. I don't think it's helping much. If you guys want it back, though, yell at me, and I'll put it back. But I think it just kind of blocks stuff, and like if you want to see the chat, you can see the chat. So, okay. What else do we got? Oh shit. His wing is really big, which is cool, but it also makes it hard to like hold him in such a way that you can see that I'm painting. What time is it? How am I doing on time? 4:30. Okay, we still got. We're doing pretty good. We got almost 2 hours left before I've got a heart out. Make sure you at least do the right end of the paintbrush. Yeah, no, I don't need no paint in my mouth. Thank you very much. No, I'm not gonna eat the paint. What's my Twitch? It's just redacted ASMR, I think. I haven't really ever used it. It's just kind of set up in case I ever do. Because, I mean, like, Odie is on Twitch, so, like, potentially if I ever, like, dual streamed onto it or something, I have it set up. But I haven't really used it yet, so you're not missing anything. Oh, Sierra, thank you. Hello. Hi. Color would look amazing with yellow. Oh, now I got more following. How do I turn that off? Hold on, because I don't know what that, like, zombie thing is. Hold on, 1 second. I need to go to alert box. Where's the, no, give me properties. Give me properties. Okay, we're gonna turn off follows because now people are following and I don't want that taking up the whole thing. Okay, cool. Gush's baby? Yeah, I'm not gonna eat paint. Not me. You got the wrong one. Okay, hold on. Pink. Okay, there we go. Cool. Y'all's favorite flavor of Play-Doh? No, don't eat Play-Doh. Although it does smell good. Why is the following thing still coming up? I turned it off. Ugh. God damn it. I turned the follows off. Now you're all following just to make you know, hurt my sensibilities. I see how it is. It like won't let me turn it off. This is ridiculous. Stupid. I'm not happy. Bits. I don't need bits. I don't have bits. I don't have hopes. Turn off all those. There. Did that work? I don't think it worked. Stop following. I appreciate it, but follow later. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, it won't let me turn it off. Every time I turn it off, it turns it back on. What the fuck? This is hateful. This is a hate crime. Here, today, in Pride Month, you're gonna do this to me? Alright, back at it. Bussin' Boys Podcast. Odie. Hello, Odie. I didn't see what she said. I just see the aftermath now. Okay, good. Can we see? Yeah, that works. Would never cut it as a streamer. Bitch. Shut up. I stream. Okay. Can you see this under the... Okay, yeah, you can see it. You can see what I'm doing. This is just kind of a rough code anyway, because it's just like large parts of his body. Let's take longer than... Don't let him see me. I see you. You can't hide, Odie. Is the podcast on... Yeah, the podcast is on YouTube. The Bussin' Boys Podcast. Bussin'. Yeah, Bussin' Boys Podcast. It's just me and Odie shooting the shit for like an hour. Can I remove the wings? I don't think so. No, they've been... Yeah, no, there's like a glued seam on them. Would it be okay if I did cosplay based on your character? Yeah, sure. That's cool. I've seen some other examples of people doing it, and it's real cool. It's crazy to think that I have created something that people would even want to do that. So no, you can very much do it. I think that's really cool. What if you used purple as an accent? I might. We'll see. We're gonna get the blue on here, and then we're gonna make it a group decision, I think. I should have set up some kind of poll. That would have been a good idea. That would have been smart. That would have taken more prep work than I had the brain to do. Okay, where are we at? We're on the back of his arm now. Started saying bussin' because of me. Yeah, it's the curse. The only way to free yourself of the curse is to spread it to others. Pain. A pain shared is a pain halved. Am I gonna upload the stream? Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, if you gotta get up at 4 hours, you should definitely go to sleep. Yeah, no. This stream will be uploaded when it's done. So, no worries. Streams automatically upload because what happened? Oh yeah, no, I hit the wrong scene for a second, so that's why it went black for a sec. Am I in frame? Okay, yeah, we're in frame. Good. La 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 la. I'm trying to keep it thin enough that you can still see like this scale pattern, but thick enough to do coverage in one coat because I'm lazy. As he's talking about lack of brain work, misclicks the stream. Listen, it's not my fault. Sometimes you misclick things. Bro, my nose back would look cool. They would look cool. I agree, Chloe. The only thing is the purple is fairly light, and I kind of wish it was a little darker, but maybe if I did like a quick coat of black and then did the purple on top, then maybe it would darken the purple a little bit, and that could give it a little more body. Oh, Jones, thank you. Caleb often points out that he's happy that Freelancer can see him. I know about Davey, but is Freelancer his only charge that can see him? I think that's kind of the consensus, yeah, is that they're his only charge that can see him. Again, that could potentially change if it needed to, but that's how I see it at this point in time, is that that's his only charge that can see him, yes. It's very, very, very rare for a person to be able to see an empathy demon. Shit, sorry. Out of frame. God damn it. I'm having to get inventive with the way I'm holding him, so some of these angles are getting a little funky. Do you have a story that I like writing more than others? I've really enjoyed the freelancer story a lot. That one has been very fun to write. Probably that one, I guess, just because like since there are so many characters and it exists in so many different like forms and everything, that one gives me a lot of diversity while still having like a through line, and so that's really fun for one story to kind of encapsulate a lot of different types of relationships, a lot of different types of people and things like that. So that one's a lot of fun to write. Okay, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Odie, stop. Can you explain the Calum Davies situation? Because somehow I missed it. Basically, when they were kids, Davy and Calum knew each other, and Davy was one of Calum's charges, and David is still one of Calum's charges. But as David got older, as happens with the vast majority of people, he could no longer see Calum. So Calum still, keeps an eye out on David and everything, but like David can't see him and doesn't know that he exists anymore. Same thing with Asher. I'd love to have a Vega story. Yeah, there's gonna be more of Vega. He got his solo first video, and that's the start of some stuffs. Let's see. What else do we got? Wishing great rest of your as well as your day. Oh, bye, Pan Riddle. Thank you. Okay. I think the arms, there wasn't like a clear delineation between like the scales and like the underside, which kind of sucks. Like I shouldn't have painted some of this blue potentially, but we're gonna go with it and we'll paint over it if we have to. On to the next arm. Oh god, I almost just got paint on my monitor and that would not have been good. Okay. Sam? What about Sam? I like Sam. Sam is a character that I was very nervous to initially do, and then I ended up actually really enjoying it. So now he gets his own series, which I'm having a lot of fun with. I am enjoying his series very much. Okay. Was it always the plan for Avier and Starlight to be a slow burn, or was that something developed? It was always the plan to be a slow burn, and I didn't think to label it as such. It was just a thing that I was just going to have happen. And then when I made this Sam story, I realized that slow burn is something that you would tag, that some people would want to know that it was going to take a while. So I labeled Sam's that way, and then I realized oh shit, I should go back and label Avier's that way as well. Echo plushies. I don't know how to get plushies set up. That seems like a lot of work. I like anything I can make through Teespring because it's really easy. Alright. What are we doing? What are we doing? What do you mean you don't want to? I'm so excited for Hot Boy Summer sneak peeks you can give. I don't know that I have any sneak peeks to give about Hot Boy Summer other than I think it'll be a lot of fun. And the stuff is summer themed, put it that way. Oh, thank you, Sin. I start a new job tomorrow so I can donate if I want to. Anywho, as always, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, Sin. I appreciate that. And I hope your new job goes well. I have an entire store set up. Yeah, but it's really easy with Teespring to set up stuff like that. Like, build it, like, with plushies, like, you have to, like, actually talk to, like, a supplier. Teespring, it's just all online. It's really easy. And that's why you should use my promo code. No, just kidding. Oh my god. Me giving free good reviews of Teespring as a creator. It is an easy system though. Okay, what we got? How do you record kisses? What are you kissing? In the vast majority of the times when I do kissing sounds, I am kissing my forearm. Very romantic. It just makes the right noise. Sometimes I do my hand, but usually it is my arm. Damn it. Hard to get into some of these places. Okay, we're gonna turn them around. There we go. Yeah, there we got him. Yeah, no, of course you can draw David and Vincent. That's same thing as cosplay. I think it's really, really cool when anyone makes any form of art about my stuff. I'm very glad that people like doing that. So by all means, please do. You don't gotta expose yourselves. Sorry about it. The people asked. They wanted to know. Well, because you can't just, like, kiss the air, because, like, that's not what a kiss sounds like. Like, you gotta be, like, against something. He lying, he calls me over, so, oh my god. Cody, shut up. You can't just kiss the air. Like, unless you're literally making like a blowing a kiss sound. Like, it needs to be like up against something. That's how sound works. All right, we're making good progress. Chappers! Ducking out early, Odie's dark streams, full streams always have me up late. Can I just throw in lighter blue underside and silver or gold highlights for the fancy? It sounds like a good idea. I like the idea. Well, good night, Chappers. I hope you have a good day, night, whatever is ahead. And thank you for the donation. That's very kind of you. And I'm sorry for attacking British sweets in that podcast episode. Okay. So, how are we looking so far? Doing pretty good. Okay. We got the neck, the head, and the back of the wings. We're doing pretty good. We don't get spat on. I'm sorry. Alright. So I think this part would also be scaly. So we're gonna also do like that wing joint. And get into the head. some of this. It doesn't have, okay, we're gonna do, the other thing that kind of sucks is like, one of the nice things is that you can listen to, what the fuck am I saying? You can like look at the box just to get an idea of like, not necessarily the colors that they did, but like seeing where they put different colors will give you an idea of like, oh, like sometimes like the line of like, okay, what would be like this part of like skin versus like scales, like isn't super easy to tell from the model. So like when you see their paint job, you can kind of tell better like what each part is supposed to be. And then with this one, you don't have any of that because it's a gargantuan white dragon, so the whole thing is just white. Which is unhelpful. And yet, here we are. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're making headway on the road again. Okay, we're just gonna do. Oh no! All right. Can you sit on that? Work. Nope. No, we can't. Fuck. Okay. How do I get into characters when voice acting? I've done it once or twice and can't take myself seriously in the recording studio. It's some of those questions where it's a totally valid question, and I get why people ask. And unfortunately, I just don't have a very good answer for it. For me, I just kind of do. I think part of what helps make it so that like I can feel more in touch with the characters or whatever you want to call it, is that like I do write all of my own scripts, so they're kind of, I know them inside and out. It's very much my creation, so like nothing about it surprises me. There's no confusion about like, oh, how should I like, portray this portion of it or anything like that. I know how it needs to be because I wrote it, so I know what I want it to be. And I do think that helps. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have great advice on that one, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Why are y'all still talking about my forearm? Perhaps the wings could be darker. I think that would be cool. I think at least like, because like sometimes I'll also do like the underside is like a different color than the top. Maybe we do some of that. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Also, like that. Okay. Collagen. What are we doing? Okay. That metallic is like really shiny. Cool. Hello, Sal. JPEG! $50. Arissa's gonna wring my bank account dry, but we move. Oh my god. JPEG, don't listen to Arissa. But everyone on my Discord, you should listen to Arissa because she's a mod. But thank you, JPEG. I went to the bathroom. Did I miss anything? You missed me painting. It gets a lot shinier when it dries. That's interesting. Art with barbecue. Alright. Need to get this up on there. Alright. Here we go. Again, I have backed myself into the corner of deciding to paint a mini that is quite big, which is cool and very visually impactful, but maybe not the best decision when I had something to do after this. So now I'm like, I gotta paint him fast, but not too fast because I don't want to fuck it up. Because you should have pride in your work. Okay. There we go. Shit. Okay, alright, we're working. Oh, hey, Cozy Cub. Metallic paint looks so freaking cool. I'm really liking it. I think it's coming out really good. I asked Odie, so I'll ask you. Oh, okay, well, hold on. What have we got, Sin? How do you feel about separating art from the artist? Ooh. Coming in here with complicated questions with moral implications. I mean, personally, I think, it is possible to separate art from the artist to an extent. I can't remember who said it, but at one point I heard some quote about something where it was like, once art is put out into the world, it no longer, and is perceived by others, it no longer, is solely the property of the owner, in the sense that when you consume something and you react to it and everything, you take some small form of ownership of it. And I don't know about the grander implications of that, but the idea is that it takes on a life beyond just what the artist may have originally envisioned. And in that, there is some leeway to be what this creation, what this piece of art or whatever means to me exists outside of what the artist is. And so that can be a way to separate it. I know I listen to certain music artists and everything where they've done bad, awful shit, and but in my mind, part of what helps me with listening to a band that one member has done something bad is that for me a album that is produced, it is the product of the work of so many people. It's not just that one person. It was the entire rest of the band who put in all that work. It was all of the editors and mixers and producers and writers and everything. This thing is bigger than that one person. So to completely write something off, that, when it's something that I do enjoy, just because of the acts of one bad person, it's I don't know. I think I can separate it, but I understand completely people who feel that they can't, and that's equally valid. So yeah, out here asking real damn ass questions. Death of the artist. Oh yeah. Okay, we're getting into the neck, so it was under, which is cool, but also a pain in the ass to paint it. God damn it. Okay, we got this. We're making headway. Okay, actually we're making neck way. Okay. Oh shit. There we go. Now you can see it better. Any plans for new pet names merch? That's a good question. I probably should, because at the time that it came out, those were the only pet names I had, and now there's a lot more. So I probably should. There's that definitely is something that has kind of just hung around, and I should add some new ones. So okay. Painting under the thing. In my mind, what are some physical traits that David has? With all my characters, I like to keep it really open to interpretation. Because I want people to be able to imagine them however they want. I think that's one of the really cool things about doing audio work, is that I have that luxury. I mean, there are some traits about him that are kind of established for the purposes of audios, he's taller than his listener, and I think that's probably his only trait that's really outlined. But yeah, so there are times when I will outline certain traits about characters if it is important to the narrative, but wherever possible I like to leave it really open, because I like for people to be able to have their own view of it, their own, creative idea. Also, I just jumped straight ahead to the head. Starlight on a t-shirt with a star or something. Yeah, I will definitely make I need to make some new merch for the new pet names and stuff. Would you mind me using small clips of my audios, like 30 seconds on TikTok, as long as I credit you? No, it's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, please do credit me. But yeah, for sure. Go for it. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna, should the fin be like different color? This one is like really thin. Eesh. Okay, we're going. Is this like on? Okay, good, it's not good. Okay, I'm just gonna paint over his eye because then I'll go back and paint the eye. Yeah, I'm not gonna sweat details so much right now. I'll go back and paint details on top. Will we learn more about how the meridian works as more aviar audios come out? Yes, you will. Yeah, there definitely is a lot more to learn about the meridian and aria and magic in general. And that is on the way. Although potentially not just from Aviar's story, but yes, it is coming. Boo, meta. What did meta do? So you mean you jump straight ahead? Correct. Is this on? Okay, good, it is. Your turn, like 4 people on your channel as it is. Thank you. I see what you did there. Yeah, we'll go back and do his teeth white. I'm not gonna sweat getting them perfect right this second. It'd be cool to write about the books you stories you do. I had thought about that. So one of the things that, did I name Lasco after the fan company? I'm not saying I didn't. So one thing that I will say that I really didn't think about when I started this, but that I really like, is that in the format that I work, in audios of this kind, I can make the listener be whoever, like I go out of my way to try not to assign too many traits to the listeners, except where I need to, where it's relevant, because I want people to be able to imagine themselves in those roles. And I think it's really, really cool that this is kind of one of the only places that I can kind of think of where you can do that so easily. So I know people joke about oh my gosh, this should be a Netflix series, or these should be books, which I'm incredibly flattered when people say that. That's very affirming and very sweet. But with the book in particular, where that would be something that I would be adapting myself, I would have to be telling different stories without the listeners, without the current characters and their listeners, because I wouldn't want to go assign basically make these listeners actual characters with actual names or anything, because then you guys couldn't associate yourselves with them in the same way. I'm sure some people could separate that, but for a lot of people it would feel oh well no, now canonically Angel is this and this and this, and now I can't see myself as Angel. When I listen to the audio, I just hear that, and I wouldn't want that to happen. So that is kind of the two-sided coin of all of this. So if I was to ever write stories within this realm, it probably would have to involve different characters so that I wouldn't feel I was doing that, if that makes sense. Fungus Among Us. You have a Lasco fan right next to you, so do I. It's currently keeping me cool, keeping me relaxed. Do I like chicken? Yeah, I like chicken. Okay, I think... Oh, god damn it, I was off. Is the dragon gonna get a full set like the troll? I think I'm really liking how the dragon is coming out, so I think I might like do this one like serious. Like I don't know that they're gonna get like, you know. I don't know that the dragon's gonna get a set. Oh, thank you, Sal. Can you do an angst with Asher? Well, I already kind of have. Um, I'm not opposed to it in the future, but he's already had some where he kind of, you know, it kind of went there. His reverse comfort, you know, that gets a little angsty and stuff. I liked that that was an opportunity to kind of show more depth to him. That, you know, he's not just a goofball. That he also is a real serious person when he needs to be. How do I go about separating the voices between my characters? Was it difficult at first? At first I wasn't really thinking far enough ahead to separate the voices much. So like, well, I mean, for me initially, all I cared about was like making sure like my intonations were different, you know, and that was just because each character was trying to give different vibes. Like Ivan was giving a very different feel than Marcus, you know. So it was, for me, it was okay. How do I like imbue that? Well, not imbue that. How do I portray that, reflect that in my tone? So I didn't put as much focus on like differentiating the voices in the sense of like accents or anything. It was just like, what vibe am I trying to give? Like when you listen to this character, what kind of feelings does it conjure just from the way that they're talking? Like if, you know, there's definitely kind of that thing of, you know, if this character was literally speaking in a language you didn't know, like, would you still get the gist of what like the audio is? Would you get like the feel? That kind of a thing. So that was definitely a concern of mine, was I wanted them to feel distinct in that way, at least. That they were true to the tone of the character. Oh, hey, Fading. What do we got? Hot wings or normal wings? Hot wings. All the normal wings are good too. I just like wings. They're just really good. Now I can't have boneless wings, which does make me sad because I love wings and boneless wings, but I gotta say the ease of access of boneless wings is really nice, that you can just, you know, throw them in your mouth. You don't gotta worry about the bones. That is handy, but can't really do those anymore. So now we're doubling down on traditional wings now. Boneless pizza. I don't know about all that. Do I like wings because they mean you can fly away from the bullshit? I mean, well, funny story, like I did not, when I was like, I guess it's not a funny story. Me out here lying. I'm lying again. I did not like wings until I was probably like 17. But like, not that I didn't like them, just like that little kid thing of I saw it and I was like, I don't think I would like that. So then I just tell everyone I don't like wings, having fully never tried them. And yeah, and then I literally can't remember when I finally tried them. I was like forced to by my friends because they were like, oh, well, like we got food. And I was like, oh, sick. And they're like, we got wings. And I was like, well, what else? Like, where's the pizza? What else did you get? And they're like, no, we just got wings. And I was like starving. So I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll try it. And then I was like, oh, these are actually really good. And I really enjoy these. And I've denied myself of them my entire life because of a, you know, initial thought that I might not like them and refusal to try. So try things, kids, safely. Don't try everything. Try food. We'll put it that way. How about that? Although also be mindful of, you know, allergies and things like that. So basically, don't try anything. Be incredibly careful. Lock yourself in your room. Hide away from your problems. Don't try anything. Just drink water. I'm just kidding. Don't do any of those things. Actually, do those things. Drink water. You need to try the Scottish delicacy of haggis. I have reached a point where I'm like, I will try things once because, they're owed that. And I'm not saying I'll eat a whole meal of it. I'm saying I'll try a bite of stuff. And that's about as far as it goes. But if there is something that I know I don't like, I'm not going to continue to try it. Like the whole it's an acquired taste. No, that's a bullshit lie. If you taste it and you don't like it, then then that's it. You can just not like something. And that's okay. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm across curse information. Didn't expect a story from my joke. I'm a storyteller, Arissa. What can I say? Yeah, fine. Oh shit. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do the underside of this leg. I'm gonna scratch that idea of having the underside of the leg be a different color. We're just gonna say fuck it because I've done it now on the arms and the other legs. But then I think we're pretty much ready to go to more details. So on other parts of the body, which is good because we got about an hour, a little over an hour. So we can start getting into details, which will be fun. Where did I come up with my cassette tape aesthetic? So I had cassette tapes when I was growing up. They were already kind of on the outs, but I definitely had some. And aesthetically, I like cassette tapes. Audio quality, trash, awful. It's not good. But I like the way that they look, like the sounds they make and everything, the tactility of you shove it in and then everything feels very mechanical about them because it is mechanical. So I really like all of that stuff about cassette tapes. It conjures memories of when I was quite young. So they were definitely a thing that I liked. And then Hollow VA, who just hit 100K, which is super cool. He, at the time that I was imagining my own channel, he was kind of leaning into a VHS aesthetic that I think he's actually kind of moved past. But at the time he was kind of leaning into that with some of his thumbnails and stuff, at least. And so that kind of inspired me to take that in my own direction and lean really hard into, the cassette aesthetic, which is kind of just how that all started. And I like it. I like the simplicity of it, even though lately I've been mixing things up and making it a little bit more complicated. It's still at its core, I like fairly simple color schemes, geometricness, things like that. Something can be bold but still simple, and so that's kind of what I've leaned into. But I love Hala. I did too. He does great stuff. Acquired taste is just Stockholm syndrome for food, and I will not participate in it. That is correct, Sal. Coffee is gross. I don't care what any of you say. Coffee is nasty, and people are like, it's an acquired taste. I'm like, that's a lie. Acquired taste just means you're given in to something that you don't want. If you don't like something, don't do it. Don't let someone tell you should do it. Also, people's obsession with caffeine is very worrying. The way that we treat caffeine, it's just a totally normal thing. People will be like, oh, you can't even talk to me before, I've had my first cup in the morning. I'm like, okay, that's not normal. That's not okay to be dependent on a substance like that. I'll say it. Sorry. The way that we glorify caffeine upsets me. Anyway, who's my favorite character I've done so far? I don't know. I like a lot of my characters. I'm really liking Milo lately. Gavin is a favorite. Yeah, and I like most of them. Yeah, see, Sal, you know. uh, okay. I think we're doing the last couple, like, splines. This is not like a detail brush, but when I do the other color, it will be a detail brush, so I'll be able to paint over the overpainting. Luckily, this paint is thick enough that it, I think, as long as the other colors are also thick enough, it should cover it without causing too much problem. I'm trying to make sure I'm not grabbing a part that is wet. Spline, yeah, like the little, like the spindly bits, the splines. Don't come for me, I'm right. I mean, like, you probably wouldn't call it a spline in, like, biology, but it's functioning as one. So that's what I'm going to call it. Is the Love Boldly aesthetic a coincidence, or did you help them? I did help Love Boldly figure out their aesthetic and stuff. They are a good friend of the channel. Tiger's looking very good. Thank you. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. I think he's looking real cool. Okay. Trying to make sure this is turning into a delicate balancing act to not be touching part of it that I have painted. I think we're pretty much good. Okay, nope, we still have some more splines. Oh shit, I got a little paint on the thing. Oh well, okay. We're getting there, we're just about done. We're gonna do these on the back of the arms, and then we're gonna switch colors, and we'll have to decide. How's your dog doing? Duncan's doing good. He's doing well. He's hanging out at my parents' place. Hanging out isn't really the right word. He's living there, but he's vibing and having a good time, and I go see him often, and he's doing good. All right, last set of these. Thoughts on breathing? It's important, and people should do it. If that's like a reference to something and I'm completely missing it, I'm sorry. If you're not talking about the actual biological function of, aerobic respiration, I am sorry. All right, cool. We are good on metallic blue. I am actually going to set the stand up really quick because I think it will help at this point. Up. Wait, what? Lena asked a question? What's Lena's question? I missed it. Wait, what? How does this work? Wait a damn minute. Wait, that doesn't fit. It doesn't fucking fit. All right, hold on. We got this. I saw something about my mic. Sin, I know that was you. Oh, Jones, thank you. Poor Cam's been going through rough stuff. Will he get a reverse comfort audio in the near future, or is that tied into the plot, so has to wait? Cam is on the docket in the future for getting another audio, so he'll be having more. Without revealing too much, I don't want to go too much into it, but yes, Cam will have more content in the future. does this go? Oh, okay. And then this is supposed to like go back here. Oh, ow. Alrighty. Well, now you guys can only see the top. Well, shit. Okay, well, then let's just do the wings first, and then we can all see that. Oh, that looks nice. Cool. Shit, I missed a little bit of blue on the back of that thing. All right, hold on. Oh wait, chat moved. I got paint on my table. I know, it comes off. It's all good. Don't sweat the little stuff, you know? Life's too damn short. Thoughts on plushies? I don't really have any, but they can be cool. I actually do have a couple that like people have bought for me that are like video game stuff. But yeah, they're not really my thing, but they're cool. Where are we going? Where are we going? Looks like people are singing Rockstar, All-Star, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Okay. Oh god, I got paint all over this fucking brush. Hold on. Dragon, yes, this dragon is gonna KO your body. Okay. Wingspan be thick. Alright, guys. The wings. What are we thinking? I kind of think purple. Do I paint often? Not as often as I used to. I do enjoy doing it though. Oh, okay, now I saw it, Lena. One more time, which VAs do I listen to? I saw it, so you don't have to rest in peace. You can rest in complete chaos if you prefer. I don't listen as much as I used to, unfortunately, just because busy schedule and all that, but I like Hollow a lot. He does really good stuff. I listen to Salem. Yeah, let me look. Who else do I listen to? I listen to Off. Yeah, I did. I don't know. I listen to a lot of. Well, I listen to a lot of people, but also I don't. I in theory listen to a lot of people, and then like I never actually get to like listen to them. Wait, unblur. See me. Focus on me. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I need this a little bit closer. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of responses to the purple, so I think we're gonna do purple. Let's do some purple wings. Let's see how dark this purple is. I'm afraid it's actually gonna be really light. Am I back in focus now? I think I'm back in focus. You can see my my blemishes, so it can't be that out of focus. Okay. Let's see how purple this get. Oh, that's really light. That's a very light purple. Let's see. Give it a little whirl. If not, we might do a quick coat of black and then purple. Let's see. What we got here. Can you all see this? Okay, you can see this. That's pretty light. Yeah, nope. We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to. La 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 la. We're gonna have to do a darker color first. Where is black? Do I have matte black? Here we go, matte black. Okay. Have I ever played Vampire the Masquerade? No, I haven't. Oh, this paint looks really runny. Let's do this flat brush. That would probably be good. Oh, that's quite the bubble. Okay. We're gonna do black. We're just gonna do a quick and dirty matte black coat. And then we'll do purple on top of that. And I think that will pop. Or maybe it won't. But we'll find out. The only way we can find out is by trying it. Okay. Do a black and shiny purple. Purple. It's the purple for me. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay. We're gonna learn some shapes. Shapes? What are we learning shapes for? Do you all know what my favorite shape is? Are any of you old school Discord? Do you know what my favorite shape is? Sound off in the comments below. Yes, there we go. Chatham got it. Rhombus. My favorite shape is the rhombus. Every square is a rhombus, but not every rhombus is a square. It's good to know. That's some fun geometry facts with redacted ASMR. Black and red would have been amazing. It's true, it would have been. Explain. What is there to explain? It's a rhombus. Have you seen it? It's an amazing shape. The versatility of the rhombus. It's king shit. You know what I'm saying? This is going quite fast. I should have used this brush on the entire fucking body. Oh my gosh. How about a Mobius strip? That now you're getting a little complicated. You're getting a little complicated, Sal. Not have that. Right. Oh good, it is drying fast. Good. So this wing should be done by the time we're done. This wing should be dry by the time we're done painting the other ones. Then we can like go straight to doing purple on top of it. Because it's a really thin matte coat, so it's drying fast, which is exactly what we need. Because we only have another hour, actually another 50 minutes. We're on bushing. Yes. We're on bushing. Hell yeah. It's the ultimate shape. Sorry, this part's a little precise. I'm like focusing and not talking. This is why I'm a bad streamer. Does the dragon have a gender? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, sick. We got one wing done. On to the next. You shouldn't call it a diamond because it is a rhombus. It is true. Now that you've said it, it's spread to me, so I'll say it now. Spread what? Oh, rhombussin'. As it should. Oh shit, I'm off of camera. Fuck! I'm trying. Would it really be a redacted painting stream if I didn't constantly struggle to actually keep the thing in view of the camera? Oh my gosh. This stand is a little wobbly. Okay. Favorite vocal warm up? I just scream bussin' at the top of my lungs. No, not really. I don't really do a vocal warm up. For whatever reason, I can't stop saying just hello all the time. So I guess that's my vocal warm up. Usually that's at the beginning of my audio. Is me, like, I'm just wandering around my house alone, just yelling, hello! I don't know why. I can't stop. I feel no desire to stop. I mean, like, it's fine because no one answers. It'll be scary if someday someone does. That's why you kill your voice. No, you don't. It's fine, Sal. Voice cracks don't hurt your voice if you make your voice crack. That's what I tell myself. I love doing fake voice cracks. Your theater mods are dying in vocal warm-ups. I'm sorry, theater kids. I was never one of you. I'm sorry. I never made fun of theater kids, though. I'm a theater kid ally. But I was not one of them. Hang on, we're just going to paint the claws black, too, just in case. Because whatever we do on top of it, it'll work well with a black undercoat. More the screaming, bushin'! Yeah, that can screw up your voice. That one's a little rough on the old vocal cords. Oh god. Almost knocked that over. Alright. We've almost got the black done. And the other side is looking pretty dry, so cool. It's hot in here. Hold on. Let me check something. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Cool. We're doing good. We're doing good. Just play the clip. Oh no. No, I can't play that disgusting clip from Odie. Which of your characters is most likely to say bussin'? Asher. Is it even a question? Like, what, you think David's gonna— No! Fuck! The stand is wobbly! Oh my god. Okay. We gotta finish this before this fucking stand gives out. Enjoying that incredibly close shot of my forehead. Mmm, shiny. It's my version of that Brittany Broski, like, just checking in thing. Okay. Okay. Ah. Honestly, I kind of like the black, actually, but, like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I kind of like the black. Although, it's coming up kind of— it would need a second coat because it's, like, matte and it's coming out kind of weird. Totally fine for, like, an undercoat, but it by itself would be not great. But it's almost dry, which is all I'm really looking for right now. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, guys. We might not completely finish this before I have to go. But I am going to try. I do have metallic black. All right. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how best to like have him oriented so it doesn't fuck up the wings. But yeah, I could do the metallic black on top of it. I don't know. Am I gonna do the underwing black too? I should. Okay, we're gonna get you off of this. Let's see if I can get him to hang in there. Maybe I can just like make it like cradle him. There we go. Like a little baby. Little baby dragon, angry gargantuan white dragon boy. Work with me. Cool. Okay. Now we can do the inside. Okay. We are going to do the inside of the wings black, and then we're going to figure out our shit from there. It is hot in here. My air conditioner is fucked. Which is not great because there's currently issues getting parts for air conditioners because we're living in a global panini. All right. What do we got? Give me some questions. Hit me with some questions. Whilst I attempt to sloppily apply black paint here. I am getting my AC fixed. That's why I have to leave at in 40 minutes. No worries. Oh shit, I think I'm getting questions. Oh god. Am I? Are these questions? Can I make David say bussin'? I don't think I'm gonna do that. What has been the most interesting classes you've ever taken? Ooh, that's a good question. I once took a class in college called Landscape, Place, and Memory, which was a cultural geography class that I took on a whim just because I needed a high-level elective. And I did not know that cultural geography was a field of study. I did not know that was a subject. It's really cool. It's, very much a subjective topic, It's very much of something that people just like write about and everything. But it's actually really cool, like, field of study. You should check it out if you're looking for any kind of an elective. If like your university or wherever you're at, if they offer any cultural geography classes, that can be really cool. Because it's like landscapes and places in the context of cultural geography. It's about it's hard to describe. It's just very cool. It's a very cool topic that I enjoyed a lot. Oh, thank you, Vampire Woman. I love your video. They're the best. And pick 2 colors that you like. Pick 2 colors that I like? I like... My favorite color is gray. And my second favorite color is probably blue, I would say. Am I gonna do any familial characters like siblings or parents? I don't know. I don't really have any plans to right now. Will I do D&D themed ASMR? Funny you should say that. A long time ago, when I didn't have like the concept of my channel sorted out as much, I had originally considered having very vaguely D&D themed stuff, just in the sense of like there would be like Genasi, probably not called that potentially, but like that kind of a vibe and everything. And so I had considered it. With the way that my world ended up working, that's not really a thing. But So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that on my channel, but I think those audios are really cool. And if you think those audios are cool, you should definitely check out Hedral Wordsmith, also known as Cap. He does D&D themed ASMRs that are very, very good, and I would absolutely recommend them. Is cereal a soup? Yes, it is. Hold on. I need to turn him up a little bit. There we go. Okay. What movie, book, TV, video game world would you be the worst to live in, and what would be the best? Ooh, there's so many examples of bad ones. What would be the worst? Something post-apocalyptic. I don't know. Oh, God damn it. No, stay up. There we go. I mean, Dead Space would be a really horrible place to live. I love those games, but that would be awful. And then the best, I think it would have to be Star Trek. Fading $1.69. The day Davey says "bushing" is the day I exit the building for good. Also, for a question, do you like pineapple? No, I don't really like pineapple much. It's fine. It's just not my favorite by any means, but it's okay. What is it? Okay. Sorry. Painting and reading and not doing great at either one of them. What we got? Is a hot dog a sandwich then? Yes, it is. Do I think I would survive in an apocalypse, not zombies? Survive in what sense? Everybody dies. I think I would last a while. What we got? I like pineapple when it's on pizza. I definitely did not like pineapple on pizza. I will say that much. But that's just me. I think people who do are fine. I'm not gonna eat it. Okay. The amount of times you've been stabbed by pineapple at work is too damn high. I get that. When I used to work grocery back when I was in high school, and between pineapple and artichokes, there was a lot of stabbing happening, and I was not a fan. It definitely didn't endear itself to me through that. I'll say that. Is the ocean a soup? Yes, it is. More pineapple pizza for me then. Yeah, you can have it, Sal. You can have it. What makes me happy? Playing board games with my friends. That's something that makes me very happy. I like doing that a lot. This is getting a little. We're gonna have to hold him now to get into the details. What foreign language would I want to learn? I attempted very briefly to learn Gaelic and did very poorly at it. I have also attempted to learn German and again did quite poorly at it. I actually took Spanish for a number of years and was pretty good at that, but have since forgotten almost all of it because of a lack of use. So I don't have a great track record with languages, unfortunately. Would Love Boldly's Byron ever make an appearance in the Redacted universe? No, I do enjoy, hopping on to Love Boldly's channel every now and then, but our universes are definitely separate, so. Is Jello I don't know. We know you love Scythe. What are some of your other favorite board games? Ooh, okay. I like Catan, but it's definitely not my favorite. I like Betrayal at the House on the Hill, or whatever that's called. There's a pretty simple game called Suro that I actually like a lot. That one's really fun. That one's a really simple, quick game. That's like a fun, like kind of warm up game when you're doing stuff. My favorite like basic board game, like old school board game, is Sorry. I think Sorry is the best game. And I know a lot of it is based in luck, but also I'm good at it and I enjoy it. Do I like Monopoly? I like the idea of Monopoly, and then every time I actually play it, I'm like, this is a game. Anon donated $69.42. Oh, shit. Thank you. Thank you for your content. Since you asked for questions, what's the biggest lesson you've learned from starting your channel? Ooh, now we're getting big questions. The biggest lesson I've learned. I have become a lot more confident in my creative abilities. And that's been a really nice thing to, I know that my stuff isn't for everyone, and that's totally cool, but I also, have become very confident in the fact that I know that I make good stuff that I am proud of. So I've definitely learned to, I'm still a fairly anxious person and everything, but when it comes to the channel, I'm actually pretty not anxious about the stuff with the channel. I feel very confident in it, and that's been kind of a crazy thing to learn coming from a person who is very nervous all the time. So yeah. Oh geez, now I got lots of questions. Favorite god pantheon: Greek, Roman, Chinese, Norse. I like the Egyptian gods a lot. I probably am most familiar with the Egyptian and Greek ones. Okay, let's see if purple now looks better on black. I'm really hoping, otherwise we just wasted some time. It's just as light. Fuck! We're in trouble. We're in trouble, kiddos. We did all that black for nothing! Fuck. Okay. We're gonna reassess. Oh shit. Thank you, Jones. The symbol at the end of Echo's first video looks very similar to Cam's logo when it says "Reign over me." Is that a coincidence or are they related? I don't know. I guess you'll have to wait and see. Shit. It is highly pigmented, which is awesome, but like, god damn it. Okay. Alright. We're gonna let him be black. We're just gonna do a quick black metallic overcoat. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Because we are in the crunch time. We only got 30 minutes. We're not gonna finish, and I'm very sorry. What are my thoughts on K-pop? I don't really listen to it, but what I have heard is pretty good. I could try to mix the black and the purple together. I don't really have any place to mix them right this second, though. I don't really want to go grab something. We'll try that real quick. We'll try it in the cap of this other one. And if that doesn't work, we're just gonna do metallic black. That's what we're gonna do. We'll squeeze out purple, purple, purple. Good. Now we're just gonna do just a little bit of black. What game am I absolutely awful at no matter how much I practice? Guitar Hero. I'm fucking terrible at Guitar Hero. I've never been good. I never will be good. I am passable at the drums, and everything else I'm awful at. And I'm never going to be good. I have come to terms with it, and I'm okay with it. This dark purple is not quite coming out how I think we all were hoping it might, guys. It's not looking great. It's coming out very dusty, like dusky looking. Well, it kind of looks cool. I don't know. Oh no. What is the paint brand? These ones are folk art. All these metallics have been primarily folk art. Okay, we're gonna try this like smoky black purple and see what we think. It's not much darker. Fuck. It's basically the same. Hold on. Let's just do some and kind of get a feel for if we like it or not. Because if not, I'll just paint over it. Oh, wait, where'd that streak of black come from? Fuck! Damn it, the blue was going so good, and now we bricked the whole thing. I don't know. We're gonna keep going. Sal is asking the important Bionicle questions. I always have to ask at least one Bionicle question in this stream. So which of the main enemy groups do you enjoy the most? Borak, Rakshi, Viscerak, Paraka, etc. Oh, what? You're not gonna include the Borak call in that? I'm just kidding. Oh, who is my favorite? Shit. At the time that they came out, probably the Viscerak. I thought they were... my favorite storyline of all time, like I love the originals, I love Tahu, I love Gali, I love Batu, all that. My favorites though were absolutely the Toa Metru and then the Toa Hordika. And so like that whole, like all of their plot line, all of those models, the fact that they switched to like the darker version of all the colors, those were definitely my favorite. So like I loved like the Viscerak. And the Vaki are fine. They're not like they're cool enemies, but they're not like amazing. So who's my favorite? I really like the Borak too. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably the Viscerak. We'll go with that. The Metru Nui arcs were the best. We're doing purple, guys. I know some of you are saying black, but we're gonna do purple. Because you know what? If the purple ended up being awful, then you can always just do black on top of it, and it's all good. We don't sweat the little stuff around here. We ain't got time for all that. Okay. Gotta keep on trucking because we're running out of time. Yeah, I'm sorry that like this one has like kind of a time limit. I would like to keep going, but as I've said, my air conditioner is on the fritz, and hopefully that's gonna be getting corrected at 6. But because of that, I will have to go. Looks into the distance for answers. I was looking at the Bionicles to like look at them. What time is it? Right now it's 5:35. So we got 25 minutes. So we can at least finish the wings. Okay. I hope it gets fixed. Yeah, so do I. But, you know, I've got a pool, so if it's really bad, I'll just set up shop in the pool. Just move my bed out there. It'll be fine. Okay. What else do we got? I've missed a lot of questions. I'm sorry. What day is my favorite day of the week? Friday! No. Probably Saturday. Just because, like, you know, you got the most flexibility. I mean, like, I work a normal, traditional job, so weekends are, you know, they're the time to do all the stuff. Just fall in again. Maybe I will, Arissa. Maybe I will fall in again. With the 1-year channelversary on the horizon, what are you most excited for next year? I'm excited to really expand on a lot of things in this world. I have a lot of I got some real cool shit coming up that, like, you know, for those of you who are lore inclined, I'm not saying it's happening particularly soon, but there's some really cool lore stuff that's coming down the pike that we're building up to that I'm excited to reveal when the time is right. As far as just the channelversary in general, I've got a lot of fun stuff planned for July. It's also, you know, my birthday is in July, so like we're going to be doing some fun stuff for that. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really good time. Actually, the purple is kind of like this, like dusky purple. It's showing up lighter on the camera because I have like light on it, but like in real life, it's definitely a little more like dusky, I guess. And I'm actually really liking it. It's pretty cool. Coming out pretty good. What's my favorite D&D class? I really enjoyed being a druid. I had a lot of fun with that. Probably druid. I also always play as a druid in excuse my phone. I also always play as a druid in oh my god. What the fuck am I saying? Diablo 2. I play as a druid in Diablo 2 primarily, that or a necromancer. So I like druid stuff a lot. I'm very excited for Diablo 2 Resurrected. I don't know if any of you I don't know if that's any of you guys' thing, but like for me, I absolutely love Diablo 2, so I'm super excited for that. Audrey, thank you. Have you played Small World? It's fun, highly recommend. I actually got psyched because your audio, can't wait to play. Can Milo say Audrey? Audrey? It's probably how he'd say it. I have not played Small World. I don't know if that's a board game or a video game. No, I haven't played it though. But I'm glad you got Scythe. Scythe is very fun. It's probably my favorite board game. I enjoy it very much. Druids are wonderful. I think druids are really fun. I enjoyed it immensely. Will we have any David sleep aid videos? Probably. He already has one, kind of. But yeah, you know, we definitely might get to that. I know Vincent, oddly enough, kind of has like 2 or like 2.5 sleep aid audios, whereas most of the other characters don't. But yeah, so Davey will probably get one at some point. It's my favorite show, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're making good progress. We're making good headway. We're not going to finish it, unfortunately. Maybe we'll do like a little stream tomorrow to finish it up. Perhaps, perchance. We'll see. I'm not going to commit to anything quite yet, but what are the rules of acquisition? I don't know all of them, but I know some of them. Not by number. I don't really love the Ferengi, I'll be honest about that. They're alright, and like Deep Space Nine definitely made them better than they were in any other series. Which is cool. They actually, like, you know, put some life into them almost entirely on the back of Armin Shimmerman's performance as Quark, but and of course the guy who played Rom, what's his name? I can't remember. Damn it, I feel bad. Yeah, I mean, they both really kind of like redefined what it was to be a Ferengi, which was very cool. But they're not my favorite race by any means, so I don't know the rules of acquisition by heart, unfortunately. What are my pronouns? I go by he, him. I know a lot of people have asked, Percy, I know a lot of people have asked, will we see one where the werewolves tell their partners that they're wolves? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Right now, kind of the only, you know, series that's happening in the past was like Milo had a couple episodes in the past, but now he's like caught back up, and so his stuff will be like in current times again. So I don't know if I'll circle back to that. I imagine I will eventually, but I don't really have any plans to anytime soon, for whatever that's worth. Okay. Have I seen My Hero Academia? No, I have not. I know of it. I mean, at this point, like, I don't know how you could be, a voice actor on YouTube without having seen about it, but no, I've never watched it. Am I going to do more collabs with other roleplay ASMR artists? I would like to. Hopefully I will in the future. No plans right now, but Max Grodenchik, that's his name. Thank you, Kathy. I don't have any like plans right this second, but in the future, yeah. The ones I have done have been fun and come out good. So let's see. All right, well, we'll at least get the back of the wings done. Kind of bit off more than I could chew with this. I'm sorry for that, guys. But like I said, I'll see what my times look like and everything. Maybe we'll pick this up tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll keep y'all posted. The wings are actually looking really cool. They're not coming up quite as well on camera. Let me see if I turn the light, the little ring light in that webcam off, if it comes up a little better, because like it's coming out pretty cool. Yeah, that's a little bit. Hold on, I kind of like block some light. It looks a lot like darker, and it looks really cool. It's nice. How many minis have I made so far? A lot. When live action roleplays of universe live action roleplays, maybe only ever as like a joke though. Would I do more like live action stuff of some of the characters? Like Pizza Guy that one was fun, but that one was very much kind of like as a meme, as a joke, and that's if I ever did them in the future, it would always be that style of thing. Like I don't want to I wouldn't like live action do like any of the main characters, but like Eric from My Magic and Me, or Pizza Guy, like those, they're on the table. While you're right here, Milo's playlist has been out of order for over 2 weeks now and it's driving me mildly insane. Part 3 comes after part 5. Sorry, I'll get it moved. Yeah, that one I like. I went so far as to renumber them just because I was like, if he has this many that are in the past, I might as well just renumber them. I'm also going to renumber the freelancer ones because like the A, B, C, D, E thing, like that made sense in the moment when it released in a way. Now, upon like watching them back later, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't matter to a viewer now that they all came out on the same day or like day after day after day. So I'm just going to renumber them, which is going to make the number really high, but it'll be fine. Okay. Well, we made a lot of good progress. We did good. I do like the black, but the purple is like I said, the purple, it really like looks good in real life. It doesn't come across as well. Oh, thank you, Sin. I require your level of patience. I could never do the following like you do. Thanks for all you do. So where do I get my inspiration? Where do I get my inspiration? Mostly from cereal boxes, reading, the ingredient labels on food, checking facts about chlorine, things like that. That's really my core source of inspiration. I think you can really see that if you look deep in my stories. I think that the bones of that really come out. So the black underside looks hella cool. I actually agree. I think maybe I will do that. I like the dual tone. I think you're onto something, Arissa. I think it's cool. All right, what we got? HBS. We're acronyming Hot Boy Summer now. I don't know how I'm gonna save that paint. Oh, I don't have to save that paint because I'll just get rid of it. That's so helpful. Oh, good. I'm glad I could make you happy, Sin. It is my goal in life. All right. Well, I'm trying to think. Let's do these little arm ones before I go, because that'll be pretty quick, and that way I can use the same paint. Maybe we'll do the same thing too. We'll do black on the underside. That'll look cool. I think these are small enough that I can get away with just doing this without the black undercoat. Let's see what we got. Oh, this paintbrush has gotten so like clogged. I gotta clean it real quick. Hold up. Pause. Have him sit in his little dragon chair. Okay, we're gonna wash that off. Do I listen to my own audios for relaxation? No. I do sometimes listen back to them just to, make sure that they were good. But no, I don't listen to them for relaxation purposes. Oh, thank you, Jay. That's very sweet of you. I'm glad that I can help entertain people and relax people. It is very rewarding, and it is very nice to know that it does that for people. So thank you. Pause. Poggers. Do I ever get overwhelmed at how many people absolutely love my content? Remember to drink plenty of water. I do. I drink lots of water. It's actually basically the only thing I drink. And sometimes Kool-Aid. Overwhelmed kind of has like often a bad connotation with it, and I don't know that I get overwhelmed. I am definitely surprised often at the amount of response and just kindness and everything that I receive. It is very surprising, but in the best way possible. Very, very sweet. I don't know that I get overwhelmed. There are definitely moments where it feels very surreal. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's not so much becoming overwhelmed, but just this kind of feeling that comes over me where I'm just like, I can't believe this is like actually happening. I'm so grateful it's happening, but damn, I can't believe this is actually happening. That definitely gets me. Let me scoot that back a little bit. YouTube just doesn't want to tell you I post. Yeah, YouTube, their notification system it has its problems. It can be a bit finicky, I know. Okay. We're gonna finish this up, and then it'll be just about time to head out. So hopefully I can pick this back up tomorrow. I'm not gonna promise anything quite yet though, because especially if the air conditioner is not playing nice, then we're not gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to not do that, but let's see. Do I still lurk the art media chat on Discord? Yes, I do. I do still go in there and creep around and see the really cool stuff people have made. Not all the time, but yeah, I definitely go in there and take a look because it's crazy. Still crazy to me. I don't think it will ever not be crazy to me that people want to make stuff of my characters. So I like seeing it. It's cool. I know I don't really comment on any of them, but I do see them, and I appreciate them very much. They're very cool. How did that get a little red paint on it? I don't have any red paint out. How odd. So I missed a little portion of the blue. Oh well. Alright. think we're in a pretty good spot to call it. So we got we're doing pretty good. We got Cool Dragon Boy. Maybe if I come up onto this one, you can kind of see him not so close up. He's coming out really good. I'm really happy with it. We're doing good. Did I sound like Echo? Who's Echo? Okay. I'm gonna put him on his stand. His wobbly, unsecure stand that I don't really trust, but I'm gonna have to trust it right this second. We're gonna put him here. Big old dragon boy. He got the wingspan. He has the range, darling. Alright. Macaron, I just got off work and I'm glad I could catch a bit. He looks great. Have a good day. Thanks. I hope you have a good day too. Alright. I think we're gonna call it, folks. Because I am about to have to go. But I had a lot of fun. It was very fun. He's coming out pretty good. I don't know if we're gonna go with Nox. I like the name Nox, but I don't know. He's not black, so I don't know if it fits. Maybe we'll decide a little bit later. Don't miss my donation. Did I miss your donation, Sal? Oh shit, Sal, 420. Get you a fixed AC unit. Also, Arissa is trying to avoid being perceived again, so sending her some love. Arissa gets all the love. We love and appreciate Arissa in this house. We stand Arissa. Eric, the donation. I got it. I got the donation. I'm glad you guys have had fun. Now the light's hitting it differently. It looks really cool. Yeah, the way it's coming up on the screen now looks a lot more like it does in real life. It is a lot darker, and it's pretty cool. Oh, thanks for coming back, Cozy Cub. It was a lot of fun. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. It was fun. Like I said, maybe we can do this tomorrow. If I can, I'll post it beforehand like I did this time so we can kind of see it's coming up. But yeah, it was cool. That's a weird noise. I hope that's not the air conditioner. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go. I gotta go make sure everything's good with my AC. But thank you all for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So I will see you all later. Bye-bye.